previously on Talk That Talk.
Things as well, in order that we produce and go back to quote unquote the way prior to, because back in the day they just loved music. It was a discipline. It was something to look forward to. My grandfather, real talk, he listened to Tchaikovsky, even though he served in World War II. Like he understood. He could have a conversation. Now, mind you, my grandfather was born in 1921 and graduated in Indiana, not Indiana, India, but yet and still he understood the arts. So we have to find the balance in it all.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Huh? Yeah. Have we lost our way, never to return again?
Oh man, I'm going to piggyback off of what many of you have already said, and I think you guys have all said some great things. Are we lost, or have we lost our way to never return? I don't think so. I think it's more so we major in a lot of minor things now. We used to care about tone quality, timbre, attacks, releases, phrasing. Those are things that we held near and dear to our heart as musicians. And, some folks nowadays think that that's just the old way of thinking. I don't agree, but that's what they are pushing in their programs, and if that makes you happy, then so be it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'm not going to say that, it's not working for you. I think that we can definitely get back to our former glory in terms of the craft. But we just have to be real with ourselves, and we have to stop appeasing. I don't want to say folks that don't matter, but folks that don't matter. It takes a lot to create the sound that we desire, and I think a lot of times, a lot of programs take shortcuts just for the clout on social media, or just to be, mentioned amongst the names of others, rather than doing what it is that you do, sounding the way that you want to sound, and making sure that you have respect for the craft. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, when we do have these conversations and you say things like this, folks think you're anti-volume or anti-culture, what have you. No, that's not the case at all. It's just we hold certain things near and dear to our heart. Timbre, tone, quality, balance, blend. Those are the things that, we, and I can speak for Prairie View, that we hold near and dear to our heart. Doesn't mean we anti-volume or anti-turning up or none of that. It's just we're majoring in different things. And it's starting to make the craft become very one-dimensional. Let's get back to having identity, such as Quan said. You know what I mean? And let's get back to what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanna jump in, bro, because I love your answer, but it's got to be tough. And I speak for a lot of bands that you were just with what you were just saying all the time on this show. I catch a lot of criticism, but I'm gonna go back to it, and I don't care. Last year, PV put out a video with y'all in the stadium playing through like 4 or 5 songs. All right. Sound amazing. The band was great. People got online and commenced to say, oh, PV was in the studio or this or that. They couldn't give you the credit for just sounding good. They had to justify the reason why you sound good to keep their other bands in their mind better than you. Other bands started putting out videos that weren't great, some of whom were reading sheet music in the video. There wasn't one comment, not one, other than how great the arrangement was. And the great arrangement was fine, right? I think my biggest issue with it is we are at a point. The reason why I say that it feels like we have been lost is because we're at a point now where a band can be excellent and people will justify why they're not excellent to keep the band that they love ahead of that band. We can't even show appreciation to bands or schools we didn't go to because it's like the internet thing. We have to let everybody know I'm loyal to Say It University. And that's happened with it ain't just y'all, it's other schools too, right? Like some of these smaller bands. Some of these smaller bands like Kentucky State got a lot of credit in the community this year. Mm-hmm. Which doesn't normally happen. So I think my frustration, and Doc, you can jump in, you and Hop, man, is that the standard, right? Like this is a craft, y'all. Like people don't look at music anymore, or the band community. No, let me take that back. Band heads don't look at this as an art form and a craft and a profession, right? Like that's the part that's missing. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's meant to rouse the audience. It's entertainment. But at the end of the day, music is music. I say it all the time on this show. A concert effing tune is a concert effing tune, no matter what the hell band you are in this whole world. If I go to India, to go with Kwan's granddaddy, and over in India when he was in high school, then a concert elf over there is the same concert elf over here. You know, you got microtones. We can get all technical and stuff later.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, we can't even be real with one another and appreciate other bands if they're not that band that we quote unquote call the best.